Welcome to another episode of Irish from 3. I'm joined right now by girls head coach Evan Jefferson. Coach Jefferson, congratulations. We're able to get that first win of the year. I know that had to feel special for you. Let's go ahead and talk about last week. What are some things that you feel like the girls were able to learn about themselves?
That they can be in any game if they just play hard. That was the biggest thing that I was worried about. They fought through adversity. We fell short against East Lawrence, but they definitely know that they can play with them and they're not intimidated. The win Saturday really boosted their confidence, and they're looking forward to tomorrow's game.
Now, tell me for a second, when you're coming in and obviously the changes in how we were able to get prepared for this year, I mean, this is unique, but talk for a second what you're seeing already from the girls that has you feeling good about the remainder of the season.
The buy-in is there. When I watch film of both games, I see stuff that we're teaching in practice and they're executing in the games. It's still an uphill battle. We still have a lot of work to do, but what we've been through as far as COVID and not having off season and where we're at right now, I'm very pleased.
Well, with that being said, we want to take a quick minute to highlight our Optim Player of the Week. All right, well, Coach Tabria, obviously you started a new trend here, taking after your friend Ben. Talk about this new celebration that you're going to do for players after the game.
When I got the job, I talked with my assistant coaches, figure out a way to really motivate the girls. I love what Ben was doing with the Wolf Belt, and he told me this year he had something else different that's really going to shake things up. So we're talking with my assistants. Actually, my assistant coach, Coach Quarterman, she came up with the idea of Queen of the Court, and I looked online, found the crown. I was like, all right, this is what we're going with. And I wasn't sure how the girls would take to it, but we unveiled that crown, and they got hype. So
I imagine so. I mean, anytime, I know last year when that Wolf Belt showed up, them boys were scratching for that thing. Yeah. I mean, it was funny, and now that we got a chain involved too, we'll talk with Coach Ben about that a little bit more later, but it gets me excited because that keeps that culture going in the right direction, keeps that positivity, which is what we want. And we're hoping to keep that positivity going this week whenever we take on East Lawrence again. Right. And I believe we've got Twiggs County on the weekend. Is that right?
That's correct.
What do you guys have to do this week to keep that positivity from Saturday rolling into this week?
Just stay grounded, do what we're supposed to do. We have to focus on our mistakes that we made the first time around for East Lawrence, and just really keep playing hard and just execute better on offense. I think that's the biggest thing that was killing us.
We want to be sure that you guys come out and celebrate these Irish and Lady Irish during these home games, but I want to make sure that you know that there are only 400 tickets, and we had to let some people stay outside the gate last week because there were no more tickets to be sold. Make sure to go to Eventbrite, find those tickets, buy those tickets. That guarantees you a seat in the gym. Otherwise, we can't promise anything, and we hate for you to miss out on this opportunity. If you're not able to be here physically but still want to enjoy the game, NFHS is where you're going to find us. Mr. Ellenberg and his staff, in fact, we had a few students doing the production this past weekend. They did a fantastic job. We want to make sure that you support everything that we do here on the court and across Dublin High School. This has been Irish from 3, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Irish from 3. I'm joined by boys head coach Ben Smith. Coach Smith, a big win this weekend, off to a good start. Talk about, from a cultural standpoint, what a win against a power program like Wilkinson County has to do, sending you guys into the rest of the season.
It's definitely a confidence builder. I mean, the name Wilkinson County rings bells in Middle Georgia. They have 10 state championships, and that's a program that when they show up, you know it's going to be a fight. We preach that all game about how tough they're going to play, and even sometimes they might, even what they lack in skill, they make up with effort. So when you play against a program like that, and it's a rivalry, quote unquote, you know, it brings the best out of you, and it gives us a preview us dropping down to Sigon Lake of what the standard is, because they're always somewhere between the Final Four, Elite Eight, and championship games. So it was a good measuring stick. It was nice to see our guys respond. They definitely came out and made us uncomfortable early, but our guys showed some maturity and played much better the second half.
Well, let's take a quick minute to check out our Optim Player of the Week. All right, Coach Deshaun, you talked about him before. He's one of those guys that's going in there and giving you good minutes and trying to do some quality things. What stood out to you that got him that wolf belt?
His mentality. That our bigs, Deshaun Peacock, he was actually had the wolf belt. He had 12 points and 9 rebounds, and Elijah Davis had 23 points and 10 rebounds. He had the culture change, but just their mentality. They clearly saw they were the biggest guys on the floor, and they're gonna be big every night because they're just big kids, strong guys. So I think they just realized, hey, I can be dominant, and they approached the game that way. They didn't really shy away. Their energy was through the roof. They got a lot of just energy plays, rebounds, being bigger, being stronger, and putting it back. Nothing pretty, no fancy footwork, but just asserting, I'm bigger and stronger, and that's what I'm gonna be this game and make it effective.
Well, I'm so excited, and I'm excited to see this culture chain. It's one more reason for those guys to give effort, you know, and that thing is off the chain. I mean, I don't know what got you, where that came from. Where did that even come from?
Well, last year we had the belt, and the belt is so huge. The idea was for the kids to be able to wear it in school so everybody could say, oh, this is the guy who played well last game. So I wanted something that they can wear, put around their necks, and it won't be in the way, and it won't feel like such a responsibility to carry it around. So, and we all, high schoolers, adults, we love change, and I'm a huge Miami Hurricane fan, so it was easy for me to blend that together with what we do.
Well, we're excited to see all the young men that are going to be wearing that culture chain and the wolf belt this year, and we hope that you guys are going to be able to check that out. Before we preview this week's games, we got to get a quick weather report from our man Willie.
My God! Hey, welcome to another episode of Irish for Three. I am your guy, Willie T, and I will be bringing you your 7-day forecast. Tuesday night, the Irish will be taking on crosstown rivals, East Lawrence High School. It might be a little windy earlier that day, around 41-ish, but tonight it's going to be a light chance of snow. I hear you, Jimmy. Hey, it's going to drop down to approximately 29 degrees. But you have to come prepared. As you can see, I am very prepared. If you don't have a scarf, H&M has plenty, or you can borrow mine. Later on in the week, it's going to be a little chilly, but you know the Irish men and women will bring the heat for Saturday. Saturday they have Twiggs County. But you know, my boy Ben Smith and his Irish guys, my boy Aaron Jefferson and the girls, they are going to bring the pain. Hold on, I got someone coming in. Ben, is that you? Make sure they have their sweaters. Tell them, if it ain't tight, it ain't right. I got you, Ben, I got you. Well, like I said, hey, everyone come out Tuesday and Saturday. We're going to have a great time. You know, get out there early because the daylight saving time is kind of tricky. You lose the 3 hours of sleep. But we're going to be good to go. And I'm gone. My God. My God.
All right, Coach, the good thing about Willie is he's gonna give you that straight weather report. You might want to modify what he tells you from a clothing standpoint, because he likes to layer.
Yeah.
You know, which there's nothing against that, but he might put on a few more layers than you or I might, especially in the gym. Want to thank him for putting together that weather report. Going to be seeing that all year long. Now, Coach, this week the weather inside the gym should be moderate, but the games are going to be on fire. We got to be ready. What do we have to do this week from the boys' standpoint to ensure that we get a couple more victories under the belt?
Keep building, keep being us. One of our main focus as a group, especially early in the year, is to get better as a team. So we're playing East Lawrence and Twiggs County, two teams who come in here and be competitive. Also, kind of rivalry game. Well, everybody seems like a rivalry game at Dublin. So they're going to come in intense, wanting to beat us, but we just want to take care of us. I think I said this last. If we do what we do, we feel comfortable. If we do what we do well, we feel comfortable that we'll get the results that we want.
We want to make sure that you guys come out and enjoy these games and see those results. And there's a couple of ways that you can do that. First off, you need to go to Eventbrite, buy those tickets, do it right now. It's a limited supply, only 400. Once they're sold out, they're sold out. Had that situation this past weekend with a really good game with Wilkinson County. We had folks we had to turn away because 400 tickets is all we have. Now, if you want to watch the game but can't make it to the game, NFHS is where you're going to find Mr. Ellenberg and his staff. Again, had some young men that did a fantastic job with the broadcast. Looking forward to growing that some more. It's a low subscription fee, and you're going to help us out. So check out the game either by buying those tickets on Eventbrite, watch us on NFHS, tune in here to Irish from 3. We want to thank Optim as always for our sponsors, and this has been Irish from 3.